Hello everyone, I am back, and today this is the third edition of Virtual Literary Festival, and this session is with DK Books. And today our first speaker is Nikhil Devasar, who is an author who's written so many books about nature, about birds, about animals, and we're going to talk to him about his books and about nature. I will have Nikhil in the session now. Hi,
Hi Anurag, good to see
how
you.
are you? Same
I'm good.
here. So, welcome to the third edition, Nikhil. And it
Thank
is
you,
so
Anurag.
nice to be speaking with you because I resonate so much with your books, about your content, and I congratulate you for what you're doing.
Thank you
And
so much.
that brings me to my first question: that what triggered this love for nature and for animals and for birds? And why did you specifically wrote so much about birds? What was so important about the birds?
Anurag, I come from a generation where as kids we spent a lot of time outdoors and close to nature. We were always out playing, climbing trees. There were always pets at home, birds, dogs, you name it. So somewhere in all this, I suppose I got sensitized to the natural world around us. And as all humans have an affinity with nature, if you ask someone to close their eyes and picture a scene which gives them calm and brings them peace, most people will think of sitting by the ocean or the rustle of wind in the pine leaves. Very few people will actually imagine the snarling traffic and the skyscrapers. But even in our urban landscape, it is possible to connect with nature by bird watching. As for why birds are important, well, all animals have their particular niche in an ecosystem, and birds are vital as pest controllers, pollinators, seed dispersers, and overall bioindicators.
Right. That is so true, Nikhil. Now you have been there in this. You've been doing this for over 2 decades, and you've been writing about them. You've been sensitizing people about birds. You've been taking out awareness drives with youngsters. Now, what is the difference that you saw 20 years ago, and the current scenario? What is the difference between the paraphernalia from 20 years back and now?
Anurag, 20 years ago, what we call birding today did not exist in this manner in India at least. Not many people would actually venture out with the sole purpose of observing birds in the wild. Over the years, a lot more people have taken to bird watching. Back then, birding was done with a notepad, a notebook in hand and a pen in hand. We would make observations of what we saw, how the bird behaved. Today we have digital cameras, we take a picture, post on Facebook, and say ID please. So, as for the number of bird codes, nature is flux, nothing is fixed. With urbanization and habitat loss, yes, the numbers of migratory have reduced. Birds migrating from Central Asia to Eastern India might arrive and find their habitat changed or destroyed by humans. Like, for example, uh, in the year 2000, in the Delhi area, we found a place called Basai Wetlands for bird watching. It was a total haven for birds, and with over 20,000 wintering waterfowl there in winters. And we even organized free bird rigging camps with BNHS. And 2 years ago, the government wanted to give the land to a developer for a CNG plant. So we opposed it to the Green Tribunal, and of course we lost, as the government of Haryana convinced Green Tribunal that it was never a wetland in the first place. Real estate is big money. So, and Mother
It's
Nature
very
thought otherwise
unfortunate.
because, yeah, before the CNG plant, the water body there was littered with thousands and thousands of waterfowl. But now the birds do come, but not a shadow on the past. And of late, if you see videos, there have been videos of thousands of flamingos in Navi Mumbai. No, these numbers have this year are much, much more than in previous years, probably because of the peace and quiet in the lockdown. There is no disturbance of birds. Nature has a great way of bouncing back if only we let it be and allow it to heal. So the one lesson we need to take back when we are back to some semblance of life after Corona is that we need to give nature its space. We need to just step back and allow it to heal.
True, this is what my concern is, because everyone's been posting about the nature healing itself, but what is very relevant is that will we let it be the way it is, exactly what you said. And you were talking about what you saw in the past, and I have a small experience to share. I'm from Dehradun, and very close to Dehradun is Asan Biraj. And as small little kids, we used to go there, to see the birds. And a few years ago, when I saw, I could not find a single bird there. So it was sad for me, how we used to go there on excursions as school children and used to see, the entire place full of birds. And now there were no birds. So it was a very sad part for us.
I remember also going to the Asan Barrage a few years ago, and it was really a nice hotspot around Dehradun. But I think now it's become more like a picnic spot.
Yeah.
There's some boating happening and something else happening, and it's more like a picnic spot now.
Yes, it has become a picnic spot, which is very unfortunate because we are not sensitive towards what's around us. And I mean, this is what people are enjoying.
That
So we'll see what happens to us in Viraj. But my next question to you is that you wrote a book called Birds About Delhi. And I wanted to ask that why did you choose to write this book?
Anurag, see, one, I wouldn't define myself as a generalist author. I am passionate about birds, and I want to share the excitement that I get from seeing these beautiful creatures. So, having been bird watching for 25 years and traveled the length and breadth of the country, as well as a lot of birding hotspots around the world, I want to put some of my knowledge and experiences that I have gathered in an effort to get people more interested in the rich diversity of birds that is actually perching right outside their own windows. So, when I started birding 25 years ago, there were not many guidebooks besides, of course, the Salim Ali guidebook. And as for Delhi, there was just one book by Usha Ganguly in 1975. It was a great book, but there was a huge gap in the ensuing years where there was not much reference to the birds of Delhi. Also, I
Okay.
wanted a book that would be ready reference in the field. The primary idea was to give detailed photographs of the birds with pointers to help the reader identify more easily what they're seeing in the field. And by the way, did you know that Delhi, as a capital city, is has the second largest number of species in the entire world? Number
Oh,
one
I
is
didn't know that.
Nairobi. Number one is Nairobi. As a capital city in the world, Delhi is number two of number of species found
Wow.
in Delhi. So that's why Birds About Delhi took place.
Well, that's excellent. Thank you for writing that book, because we can go back and look at those books and get some more knowledge. Thank you. So, the next question is that you started the nature series that came out last year. Talks about 100 each species of garden flowers, bugs, birds, trees, insects. So, how did this idea come to your mind? And, I was just thinking, since you're saying that you've been there doing this for last 25 years, do you really think it is tough to write a book on nature?
See, while you don't necessarily need a PhD in ornithology, you do need a great passion for the subject and some field experience. As you get deeper in the subject, you may read up on past records, you may observe shifting trends and numbers, and you will enhance your own knowledge research. So I realized there was no book for people to identify the common species they were seeing around their own homes in India. So the nature series was an effort to help you identify the most common birds, trees, flowers, insects, and mammals. And it's a easy reference with photographs and fun facts that's meant to engage the reader. So that's why the nature series. It's 5 books in one.
Right, I saw that, and it has beautiful pictures as well, if I'm not wrong.
Yes, the whole idea was to get the reader engaged in pictures, and we also had fun facts about each species. That like, did you know this bird did this? Did you know this flower is there? So just to get it more engaging for the reader, and of course with nice pictures.
Wonderful. Now, Nikhil, we have been going through a major problem. I mean, everyone knows about the climate change. Now, this is a global problem. Climate change is affecting everything. And how do you think that it is affecting the birds?
See, undoubtedly, climate change impacts birds like it does so many other creatures. There are birds that actually time their nesting with the monsoons, and this unseasonal rain absolutely disrupts all that nesting. Climate change could trigger untimely migrations, birds migrating from their breeding grounds in Central Asia that winter in India might stay on longer if the snowfall over there gets delayed, or they might leave earlier from India if the weather heats up faster. Shifting temperatures could also result in a range, in the species range changing over the years.
Now tell me that, in this time of lockdown, um, where do we go and find your books? Because listening to you, it sounds so interesting to me already that I really feel like going out and getting those books. But since we are locked down inside our houses, where can we go and get your books?
Well, these books were earlier available on Amazon and with all bookstores, but now with the lockdown, we have been working on this, and we have an e-publication out now, which will be out in 3 4 days time from now. So these books are available online as e-publication.
Wonderful. That is great. That'll be a treat for all nature lovers. Nikhil, tell me, how did your journey start? Where did you said that you started 25 years ago, but how did that trigger? What made you go out and look for birds?
See, basically, I was interested in the outdoors, and as a child, I liked to see tigers and elephants and everything else. But living in Delhi, you cannot see tigers and elephants so easily. So, as a result of being outdoors, liking nature, being with nature, the birds came very naturally. And to me, today, being outdoors is more like a stress buster. If I'm walking out in the morning and hearing the bird call, it's just a great stress buster.
It's true because we are seeing so much outside. I mean, as you just mentioned, flamingos in
Navi
Mumbai,
Mumbai. Yeah.
and birds everywhere. I mean, where I didn't see birds at all in Delhi, I'm starting to seeing a lot of parrots, a lot of sparrows. They're coming back, so that is something great. Now, Nikhil, that brings me to my last question. If this is a point we were just discussing, that the nature is healing and we can see the changes in nature, but how do we let it be the way it is, so that this is what I told a friend a few days ago, that I'm not happy about River Ganga being clean, because I don't know if it'll be clean when I go to see the river in next to 10 days when the lockdown is over. So what should we be doing? What is your message for the people to, let it be even after the lockdown?
In this lockdown, I have been actually very surprised by the number of people who've taken to balcony birding. People go out with the morning with a tea and they go sit in the balcony and observe nature and enjoying bird calls. So people are taking the time to look at nature. We seem to have become more and more aware and appreciative of nature in this pause to otherwise very hectic life with the lockdown. So I do hope now we will all appreciate and value the importance of nature. In my opinion, as horrible as this pandemic is, it has given nature that much needed break to recover. And I just hope that as we step back and resume our lives, we take with us the lessons learned in this time and how important it is to respect nature.
That's very true. And this was my one of my major concerns, and thank you for joining me and letting people know about your beautiful life journey, about the journey of birds. And I wish people read the books written by you. I mean, it is like a treasure. You have treasure. You've written so many books about nature, about birds, about animals, and DK, your publisher, has been of great support. And we are doing this session in collaboration with DK Publishers, and I'd like to thank them also for bringing me and introducing me to such wonderful authors like you.
Absolutely, thank you, Anurag. And they have been very supportive, and they've always went with the idea to be very supportive. And thank you so much for having online.
Thank you, Nikhil. I hope
Thank
to
you.
see you soon, and maybe next time you're doing a session on bird watching, or you're going out for bird watching after this pandemic ends. I'd love to be a part of it.
Dehradun it is.
Let's go to Dehradun then. Thank
Yes.
you, Nikhil. You take care.
Thank you, Anurag. Good day. See you.